Hi, my name's Richard, and if you're not of legal age, get out of here, because this is Vaping 101. I'd like to welcome you to episode 4, that was 5, 4 of Vaping 101. In our first segment, I'm going to simplify what can be the confusing topic of atomizer coils. How do they do what they do? And in our second segment, we're going to take a look at this old dependable dinosaur right here. It's the V8 stick from SMOK. Let's get started. Class is in session. The all-in-one coil. These organic cotton-filled stainless steel jacketed little marvels. Without these, there would be no vapor. And how exactly does that happen? Well, let me give you the overly simplified explanation. When you press the fire button on your vape device, a small charge is sent through the base of the coil, engaging a small heating element contained within the coil itself. As that heating element heats up, it's in direct contact with the e-liquid saturated cotton, and vapor is produced. The amount of vapor being produced is directly related to the amount of surface area that's exposed and being heated. With this process, there is no combustion present. This is where the first major departure between vaping and traditional cigarette smoking occurs. And taking into consideration that overly simplified explanation of surface area being directly proportionate to the amount of vapor produced, this is how we get 10,000 different coil configurations. And let's take a look at just a couple of those right now. And in the same way that every device manufacturer makes a mod and a tank, they make their own coils of one configuration or another. These all-in-one coils are generally referred to as barreled coils and are differentiated between by the amount of barrels or holes that the coil contains. There are coil configurations with 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 6 that I've seen, barrels in a single all-in-one coil. And in the same way that the number of barrels varies from one coil to another, so does the composition of the substrate. There are coils made of Japanese cotton, organic cotton, flax, and wood fiber. And they can be of any combination of those aforementioned items. There are different coil designs that claim to enhance either vapor production or flavor production. And while a wide variety of single wire coils are still being produced, the industry trend at this point seems to be moving in the direction of the mesh coil. Again, the idea being that the heating element is contacting more of the cotton surface, therefore producing a larger amount of vapor and a larger amount of flavor. And as you might imagine, that opinion varies from user to user.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
The final category of popular coils are the RBAs, RDAs, and RTAs. These coils can be both built and rebuilt and are generally only utilized by vapers with an above average level of experience. Although the level of creativity and design associated with these coils is nothing short of artistry. But the most important element of this discussion that you should remember is this: coils and the way that they react with your atomizing device is a safety issue. The common sense approach is only use coils that are specifically designed and manufactured for your tank and your vape device. Atomizer coils are not a mix and match component of a vape device. In this way, you'll be able to avoid any kind of a mishap based on a mechanical incompatibility.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
So, moving right along, now let's take a closer look at this device here. It is the V8 stick from SMOK. We're going to put it on the vape scale. And for those of you not familiar with the vape scale is a series of 5 categories of particular importance and relevance to you, the beginning vapor. In each of those categories, we're going to award the V8 stick a score between 1 and 10, therefore establishing a final possible score of 50 points.
And that's all I have to say about that.
So let's get started. In our first category, we have quality of build. The quality of this little starter kit is almost inarguable. It is sleek, it is robust, it is simple. This is the very mod that I purchased that allowed me the ability to migrate away from traditional smoking. This very mod here has atomized gallons of e-liquid, and it still works as well today as it did the day that I purchased it. In the quality build category, we're going to give the V8 stick from SMOK a score of 10. Category number 2, ease of operation. As I just pointed out, this is a very simple device to operate. It features the industry standard 5 clicks on and 5 clicks off. There is a small indicator light that flashes when the mod is turned on and when the mod is turned off. When the battery is low, it flashes like 15 or 1,000 times, and you know that it's time to put it back on the charger. It features a very simple top-loading tank, as well as an easily adjustable airflow slot. The process of changing a coil is as simple and straightforward as the device is itself. So in category number 2, ease of operation, we're going to award the SMOK V8 stick another score of 10. Category number 3, reliability. Again, I think I touched on that earlier when I stated I've owned this mod for about 2 years. I've never had an issue with it. The tank has never leaked. I have had a couple of bad coils. It still functions as well today as the day that I bought it. It still recharges quickly. I've never had even a minor issue with it that, with my limited knowledge at the time, I wasn't able to correct. So in category number 3, reliability, not to be redundant, but I'm going to have to award the V8 stick another score of 10. Category number 4, functionality. Essentially, does this device here do what SMOK promises that it will? In my experience, it most certainly does. The TF8 Baby Beast tank has the ability to accommodate a lot of industry modifications, such as the drip tip itself. There are a wide variety of drip tips out there that you can choose from to suit your personal taste that will fit this tank. If you're dissatisfied with the 5 milliliter capacity of the tank itself, there are glass options that you can purchase for this tank as well. You can increase the capacity of the tank itself. You can make it look like a Chinese lantern. Or you can utilize one of the many resin features available to personalize your mod even further. There is a vast array of coil choices available to you with this device, and in particular, this tank. I prefer these V8 baby mesh coils for this particular device. For me, they produce an adequate amount of vapor and a terrific flavor, consistently. The 3000 milliamp battery in this specific device here, even after 2 years, still charges completely in about 90 minutes, and would probably last the beginning vapor all day long without recharging. So in the functionality category, I'm going to award the SMOK V8 stick another score of 10. Which brings us to our final category, cost. I took a quick look around the internet and I found the best deals on the V8 stick are to be found on eBay. One of these entry-level mod kits can be had for anywhere from $17 to $25 in a vast variety of colors. Your lungs are worth a $25 chance. Your family, your friends, the people around you, you are worth a $25 chance. Given my experience with this particular device here, I don't see how you can go wrong. I have a handful of other mods that are at my disposal, and I still pick this little guy up every single day. So in the final category of cost, I'm going to give the SMOK V8 stick a final score of 10, giving it an overall score of 50. And that's going to wrap up this edition of Vaping 101. I'd like to thank the 3 or 4 of you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below, and I'll be happy to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. And I'd like to invite you to hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when the next episode of Vaping 101 is posted. So, one more time, I'd like to extend my personal thanks. Thank you very much. Class dismissed. See ya.